Hi, my name is Aleehas, and this is 1321 speech class. I wanted to go ahead and tell you that I will be talking about how to manage work and school. First, I will go ahead and introduce my audience. So over here will be Jolia. She will be watching. And this will be my Aunt Nicole and her boyfriend O'Shea. And then of course this will be Alika and her daughter. And then this will be O'Shea's grandma in the back. So I'll go ahead and turn it around to Nicole. Okay. Are you ready? Okay. So for starters, my thesis. There are 3 tips that I will talk about during the speech to help you manage work and school. These three tips will be how to stay organized, don't overload yourself, and ask for the last week off. So for the introduction, we'll start with point A. It has been said that 90% of people that are going back to school to get their degrees, that way they can better themselves. People tend to often say that they have a hard time handling school and work at the same time. So for those people that have a hard time managing school and work, the first tip that I will be sharing with you is how to stay organized. For instance, get a planner, write down your dates, be able to declutter, your file. Another tip that you can do to help you manage work and school is get a routine, discipline yourself. Start putting your assignments down in a planner, opening that planner and making sure that you are able to look at those assignments and do them on time. The third tip would be write everything down and make sure your assignments are due on time. That way you don't have any late work, and that way you're not struggling to email the teacher and tell the teacher that you're not going to be able to make your assignments in time. The second tip that I will go ahead and give you is how to not overload yourself. For starters, get on a plan, start eating healthy, make sure you have a healthy diet. That way when you go to school, you're not having to struggle or not fall asleep in class all day, stuff like that. The second thing would be to make sure you get enough rest and have a stopping point. That way you're not late for work, or you're not late for your classes, or you're not having to sit down and feel like you have to stay up till 1 or 2 in the morning to do your homework. And the third one, don't take a lot of classes if you can't handle it. Take what you feel you can do, and then if you feel comfortable, take more classes. And the last tip I will go ahead and give you is go ahead and take the last week off for finals. The reason I say that is because it can help you come out very strong, and also you want to have to not stress about going to work and not trying to do both at the same time. The second thing would be it helps when you take the last week off. That way you're not on overload on trying to deal with school and trying to constantly focus at school on work. And the third tip, also make sure that you ask off in advance. That way your boss doesn't lose the week that you have, and that way you also go ahead and get it. For the conclusion, while explaining these tips, I hope they are very helpful, and I hope that they will help you succeed in managing work and school at the same time. And for the last thing, I will go ahead and restate my thesis. There are 3 tips that I will talk about during the speech to help you manage work and school. It is stay organized, don't overload yourself, and ask for the last week off. And that's good.